Every human being you've ever met started out smaller than a grain of salt. We all begin as a single cell, floating in the dark. Look at any crowd. The complex people you see, with beating hearts, thoughts, and fully formed limbs, each grew from that identical microscopic starting point. But that starting point doesn't appear out of thin air. Creating it requires a highly coordinated partnership between two distinct biological systems working together. Biology calls the required ingredients gametes, which is the scientific word for sex cells. The male system provides the sperm, while the female system provides the ovum, or egg. You can think of each gamete as holding exactly one half of the biological blueprint needed to build a human. You are the result of these two systems executing a perfectly synchronized operation. They are built to protect those two blueprint halves, bring them together safely, and start the process of life. Let's start by looking at the male reproductive system. Its primary biological goal is straightforward. It operates as a continuous production line and a specialized delivery network for sperm. This map of the male anatomy shows where that production happens, the testes. You'll notice they sit in a pouch outside the main body cavity called the scrotum. There is a specific biological reason for this. Producing healthy sperm requires a temperature slightly cooler than the rest of the body, so the system is designed to hold them externally. When the time comes for the blueprint to be delivered, it travels up a dedicated transport highway. This long tube is called the sperm duct, or the vas deferens. That highway connects to a final exit tube called the urethra. Many people assume that semen and urine mix because they share this same exit. In reality, a biological switch ensures they are never present at the same time. The delivery path is always kept completely clear for the gametes. The entire male setup operates as a highly specialized delivery network. It is completely adapted to create, protect, and physically transport its half of the genetic material. The female reproductive system has a very different mission. It must provide the second half of the genetic blueprint, but it is also responsible for building and maintaining a highly secure nursery for the life that might follow. Looking at this view of the female anatomy, we can identify two critical structures: the ovaries, which store and release the eggs, and the muscular uterus, which acts as the womb. To manage this dual mission, the female body runs on a continuous 28-day loop, known as the menstrual cycle. This biological clock is governed entirely by chemical messengers, called hormones, specifically estrogen and progesterone, which tell the body exactly what to do and when. The cycle starts with days 1 through 5, a phase known as menstruation. The body clears out the old, unused lining of the uterus. It is essentially shedding the old nursery wallpaper to make way for a fresh start. From day 6 to 13, the body repairs that lining. Then comes ovulation, right in the middle of the cycle on day 14. The ovary releases a single, mature egg into the waiting tube, making it available to combine with the sperm. For the remaining 2 weeks, from day 15 to 28, the lining of the uterus dramatically thickens. It becomes a rich, padded environment, waiting patiently to catch and nourish a fertilized egg. The menstrual cycle is completely predictable and purposeful. It is a precise biological countdown clock, ensuring the body provides the absolute best environment for new life every single month. Introduced into the female system, millions of sperm begin an urgent journey. They propel themselves upward, searching for the newly released egg. Many people assume fertilization happens inside the uterus. But returning to the anatomy map, we can see they actually meet high up in the oviduct, or fallopian tube. This is where a single sperm finally fuses with the egg. This newly fused cell is called a zygote. The two genetic blueprints are now securely locked together. The zygote slowly travels down the tube into the uterus, sinking securely into the thick, padded lining to begin growing. This step is called implantation. Soon after, a vital structure called the placenta begins to form. Think of the placenta as a dedicated life support system. It draws nutrients and oxygen directly from the mother to feed and protect the developing fetus for the roughly 9 months of pregnancy. This series of preserved specimens shows exactly how dramatic that 9-month period is. Over these weeks, following the instructions in its genetic blueprint, that single microscopic cell rapidly divides and structures itself into a fully formed infant. Because all of this complex growth happens internally, Maintaining a healthy biological nursery requires excellent external care. Medical professionals listen closely to the developing life and monitor the mother's health to ensure both are safe. When you understand how these two systems interact, you hold the tools needed to manage your health and plan for your future. This vital knowledge serves as the ultimate foundation for making informed, confident choices about your own body and your future life.